Hello guys, I got a question from a guy who tells that he wants to implement pagination in MongoDB and in an efficient way. So first we will see what is pagination, and then we will check how to implement pagination in MongoDB. So pagination is a thing using which you display only a limited set of record instead of the entire data sets. For example, suppose if you are having 10 records, so instead of displaying all the 10 records, you will be displaying only a specific amount of records, like only 2 records, and then pressing on next button, you will display the next 2 records. Then again pressing on next button, you will display the next 2 button till the database ends. So this is a pagination. So now you need to implement pagination. So there are 3 methods to implement pagination as far as MongoDB goes. So we'll be using MongoDB and Python. So I will start with starting MongoDB server. I will assume that you have already installed MongoDB, and you can start the MongoDB server by typing mongod. So we'll wait till this server start. Okay, this server got started and it's waiting on the port 27017. So now we will start Atom. We'll be using Atom as a text editor. You can use any text editor of your choice. I will be using Atom for this video. So okay, yeah, it got started. Now to view all the entries in the database and to check the database, we will be using RoboMongo. That to RoboMongo. Now we will be using exam systems database. So here we have a temporary collection name example. We will check what is there in the records. Like we'll view this document. It has 4 fields: question, IP, time, and answer. The question field will contain the question which needs to be answered, the actual answer, and the time in which how much it needs to answer. So we'll just close this. Now we will start with implementing pagination. So to implement pagination, you require PyMong library. So we'll be installing PyMong. If you are using Anaconda, then you can directly type conda install -c anaconda PyMong. Since I have already installed, so I won't be installing it again. So you can type. Now we will get started from PyMong import Mongo client. Okay, so now you will be using Atom runner to check if to run the code. Yeah, to just see whether if everything is running properly, we will just type hello world. Yeah, so we can see that everything is running properly. So from PyMong import Mongo. Okay, no, we want Mongo client. Okay, so now we will be creating a client object, Mongo client, and the URL to which we need to connect is, since the database server is running on our machine only, so we'll be just typing localhost, that is 127.0.0.1 colon 27017. That is the port number. We can see the port number by looking at this 27017. That is the port number. Now we will be first closing the client dot close. Then we will be this is a client object to the database. Now we need the database itself. So we will be just typing client and the name of the database, that is exam system. You can check the name of the system over here. S is capital, so it's exam system. Okay, yeah, good. Then we will be getting the collection. The name of the collection is example. So date db an example. Now we will be getting all the records from the database. Just to implement the first method of pagination, so I will be just writing first method to implement pagination. Okay, so we will be just getting all stored. So collection dot find. The find method returns all the objects that is stored in the collection. So sorry, that is stored in the example collection. Okay, so collection dot find will return a cursor to the objects. So if we will be printing this collection, so that is the cursor object. Well, okay, these are 8 records that we currently have in the database. 8 records. Okay, and we will be sending this result object to the client, and the client will be getting all this record and then implementing pagination using HTML and CSS. But that is not the efficient way to implement pagination. So we will be using other method to implement pagination. So the second method to implement pagination. Okay, so now result is equal to collection dot find. This method will give us all the objects stored in the collection. Now suppose if we want only first 2 records, then we will be writing limit to 2. There is a problem in this method that it will be always giving us the first 2 objects. Now we want to skip some entries, and we want to limit our record to few entries. So we will be typing skip 2. Now this will skip the first 2 data and give only 2 entries. So we will be printing this result. Print. Well, see, now the question is number of years of experience in MongoDB, and that is the third question. Number of years of, that is, he has skipped this 2 questions, first, second, and he has started from third, and he gave only 2 questions like, is MongoDB efficient database? Is MongoDB the efficient database? So this is a good method to implement a pagination, but not the best one, since the amount the bandwidth is consumed will be good, but when we write collection.find, it will get us all the records. Now consider if there are millions of records in the database, then getting all the millions record be a problem. So we will be using another method to implement pagination. So third method to implement pagination. Okay, so now result will be equal to collection. So now instead of writing find, I will be using aggregate. Aggregate is a function where you can provide whatever queries which have, and they can be solved. Like suppose now I will write $skip. Now we want to skip 2 records, so we will be writing skip 2, and then we need to limit our record to 2. So limit : 2. We need to pass this in an array. The array may contain any number of JSON objects. So this is a format of a JSON object. Okay, now we will be printing the result. So for val in result, print val. So if we hide this, okay, now we will just print. The answer to this will remain the same, but this is much more efficient way to do pagination, since Here we are not getting excess of records, but we are getting only 2 records from the database. Now I will be deleting all this, and we will be saying a few of the methods like projection and all, which will be very helpful in to implement pagination. So collection dot now aggregate. Okay, now you can project the data whichever you want. Now suppose if we want dollar project is a name of the inbuilt function which provides you the facility using which you can get only the records which you want. Like suppose if I want answer and question only, I don't want IP and I don't want the time, so I will be typing question. Okay, question colon 1 means that I want that field. Answer, I want this field also, correct? So now I will be storing this in result object. Result is also a cursor object. Now I will be printing this for val and result. Print val. See, it got all the records since we did not write skip or limit, but the good thing is it has only questions and answer. Yeah, question and answer for all. But now suppose if we want to limit this, so we will be writing dollar skip to, and we want to limit this to 2 records, so dollar limit, and this is 2. Okay, now it gave the previous result, but in that also we got only question and answer as we wanted. Match. Here we can write dollar answer, dollar answer should not that is it we want that dollar answer should not be it should be in dollar answer should be in good and yes. Okay, I think we did some mistake. Yeah, sorry, it's not dollar answer, it's just answer because our field is answer. Okay, now it gave us the 2 records, that is whose answer is yes and good. So you can use like this a dollar match also. Now what we did here is, now this is called as a pipeline in the sense project function will project the question and answer. Here all the records will be supplied then to this function. Here it will be filtering match answer based on whether it is in good or yes. If it is in good or yes, then the first 2 records will be skipped and the limit will be 2. So in total records which has good and yes, the first 2 will be skipped and the next 2 will be given. So this is the next 2 record. Now there is a inconsistency when you implement a web app using MongoDB and Python. So the inconsistency is, for null, MongoDB uses null, that is we will be null. It uses none, whereas Python uses none. Instead of null, it uses none. So if we want to store any record in the database, then we need to use none instead of null. And Now suppose if you are building a web app, so on the client side you have given a form, JS form. So a JavaScript takes true as true. So we will be just okay. Now we will okay. Yeah, test.js file. Okay. Suppose this file is on the client side. The client will take where is equal to true. Suppose true is boolean. So now suppose if you return this variable vary to the server side, that is to this file, then the true instead of becoming Python's true, instead of it becoming a Python true variable, the true will get converted to a string. That is, it will become true. So I will be true of JavaScript when sent to the Python backend will become true instead of true. So now when you try to update this variable and put it in the MongoDB, then it will become string 2 instead of boolean true. So we need to convert this process. So when we get a boolean variable from a JavaScript file from the client side, then we need to convert that string to Python's boolean variable, that is true or false, and then insert into the MongoDB. Since the driver PyMong will be using this true and Python's true and false. So this is the inconsistency that we need to take care of while building a web app. Thank you for watching this video.